auto start and that fixed it. Live, right?
Yes. You're alive. You're alive, Batman.
No, it says it's bad again. This is stupid.
Well, it's saying it's live on my thing.
Well, the auto start thing forced it to go, so I guess that worked well enough. I'm Patrick, and this is, of course, Grant. And we thought, let's sit around and talk about things.
Yes. As you can see, we are on the FBI's most wanted list. We have robbed numerous banks in the last... No, that's not true. That's a joke for legal purposes. But yeah, as you can see, we're masked up thanks to the pandemic that's going around and about, and I've done my part in keeping my hands washed. I wash them at least 30, 40 times a day nowadays, and I try to keep my distance from as many people as I can. We were talking about how the logistics of how we're going to have to do this live stream. And we figure, hey, none of us are showing any symptoms. We could just mask up and try to keep everything as sanitized as possible. And, hopefully we're A-okay. And hopefully there's nothing wrong.
Yep.
But,
oh yeah, I've been doing the hand sanitizer thing a lot. Every time I come in and out of the house, I got that can of Lysol. Spray the hell off your shoes, leave them outside, so on and so forth.
That's why I try to mask. I've got a whole cornucopia of colors of these bandanas, and I would suggest that you wear a face covering in public if you have a cough, if you're, something like that, and you're not familiar, or if you're just in public. Yeah, that's a good idea.
I've actually been on vacation, so...
Don't go to
I haven't been to
staycation.
Work in a while. Staycation. Fucking thing.
But that's the point of these masks. And at the moment, we have everything still shut down as a result of COVID-19, and understandably so. Some good news on that front. Dr. Anthony Fauci has been talking about perhaps not allowing the crowds and the fans to return, but the sports leagues themselves, and to make sure that they are heavily monitored. And I'm not sure how that would work. Or
as a result of COVID-19.
Hey, we don't need no echo here.
Jack.
But in order to make sure that these sports leagues could go on, they could have where there's potentially maybe just the players out there, just the coaches and some of the support staff out there, and that's it.
Really, that is a lot of staff you're still going to need. All the travel staff.
Yeah, but it would still be heavily regulated. They would be taking
equipment.
temperatures, but I still think now that's a nice thought. I don't think they're going to allow that. I really don't, because and the main reason for this is that the owners would be potentially, and I mean, I'm not trying to downplay anything here. I'm just merely laying it out there, as far as the owners are potentially putting their talent at risk for and you got to remember, it's like, where's the advertising? Would they still be there?
Yeah, right. Yeah, that's a lot of money they would lose right there, because,
if you put your talent at risk, it's still a potential for an outbreak. And, man, I know I'm jonesing for sports, too. I have been going back and watching lots and lots of football,
we're missing
soccer,
all this
baseball, and that's the best you're going to have to do. You're going to have to just put up with it. I'm sorry.
Which the USL, they've been doing rewind games. The American Hockey League has, too, and I want them to go back far enough and show a Baron game. That'd be cool.
I swear to God, if anybody wants to argue with me, my grandma had a 100.4 degree temperature a while back, last week actually, and we were freaking out. But luckily, she had just had surgery, and it was just a minor infection. It was a minor complication. The woman's in her 80s. But when she recorded a temperature, it's like, ah, you know. But she tested negative. She was okay. It was just a secondary infection from the surgery, and that's quite common in someone in their 80s. So I don't want to hear it when I hear somebody say, well, I want to hear about sports. I want my sports. Okay, yeah, we all do. Okay?
Oh, yeah. Like ESPN, have you heard a lot of them? Like Stephen A., the one dude.
Yeah.
This was weeks ago, but his attitude was, we just got to get him back out there. We just got to start playing. Just finish the season. Finish the NBA season. Get it. It was like, dude, are you serious? Shut up. And even the other co-host, whatever the hell his name was, kind of looked at him like, not yet?
No. I don't agree with that, and I think that's a terrible attitude to have.
This is also the guy who, if the Patriots lose a game early in the season, it's done, the dynasty's over, and then we win the Super Bowl. I don't think he usually knows what the fuck he's
when we
talking
get a
about
vaccine and we get it widely, well tested and widely circulated, I will be the first to be out there. Oh, you better believe it. But in the meantime, we cannot. Guys, no, this is nothing to sneeze at. If anybody's watching out there, listen to All Sub-Zero right here.
No, All Sub.
Okay.
Is anybody
So,
watching? No, nobody's watching.
No, I don't care. I'm screaming into the ether. It's this time, and it's a good message to have. So, without any further ado, I don't know about you, man, but I've been watching a lot of the, what is it? The cars that are playing soccer.
Oh, the E-Rocket League or whatever?
Yeah, that's actually, the Energy did really poorly, and hey.
I don't remember who our player was. I believe he was a part of the Energy Assist Foundation.
Yeah. No, we're not going to hate on him.
No, not at all, because that happens sometimes. It's like when you play, I used to play a lot of Age of Mythology, and the first time you dip into multiplayer, you think you're pretty good, and you get your ass handed to you bad.
Yeah.
So it's kind of, that happens. I don't think the Energy team was able to score even a single goal in any of the highlights.
They were able to, not in the first game, and I forget who it was they played, but I remember they played.
We played Birmingham.
It was Birmingham and then Hartford that we played, and I was really getting into that because it was a great thing in the absence of a season, and
tough break, but it was entertaining. I enjoyed it. I would have liked them to have seen what was up with the whole. They came out with, instead of the cars playing soccer, it was like normal soccer.
Oh, you mean like FIFA or something?
Yeah,
like
but
that?
didn't FIFA come out with some sort of like game that had USL?
That would be awesome to have like just an online game where they show all of the leagues and they make it free online for everybody to download.
Well, I remember for the whole before the whole COVID-19 thing, there was something about the next FIFA game. They were having people vote as to what smaller leagues they wanted included. And,
USL was
USL Championship was on there. I don't remember how it ranked. This can keep fucking slipping down.
You gotta have it. You gotta have it taut around ye face.
It doesn't get no tighter unless I do like a knot.
You're gonna smash your nose a bit, but don't worry about it.
But yeah, I want to play the Energy in FIFA. I don't play many new video games. You know my setup. I got Atari 2600, NES, Super Nintendo, Sega. We're talking about old shit.
Yeah.
The newest it would get. I don't even have my Xbox One anymore, or my 360. My 360.
I have two PlayStation 2s that I remember playing a lot of NCAA football. 05, 06, 07, 08. That was my shit right there for a long time. Along with, I remember also playing a lot of Gran Turismo on PlayStation 1, but that wasn't my PlayStation. I played a lot of Gran Turismo.
That was just a racing game, right?
Yeah.
But no.
And I played a lot of Tekken too. That was always a lot of fun.
Oh yeah, you had Sega Saturn, huh?
Yeah, that was where I originally played it, and then I played it a lot in the arcade.
Sega. That one, Sega's always been my favorite back in the day. I I mean, Nintendo though. I mean,
It would be great to see.
NES.
It would be great to see Sega like the United States get like an awesome Sega headquarters, and then it comes back in the video game world.
There's always rumors of Sega coming out with new consoles, but it never materializes.
I mean, don't get
It's
me
just a
wrong.
fantasy.
I have a deep love for Nintendo as well, but yeah, we want to see if we can't play some video games for everybody.
It would be straight up reviews though.
It's only going to be us two, like it always is. We occasionally have a special guest, but for the time being, it should just be us two. Maybe in the future sometime. We don't know. But we will know. We're not going to get lost doing this again, are we?
It's like my head is like a smoke grenade.
Yeah. No, do it through the deal. Yeah. Nice. Anyways.
I don't even remember what's happening.
We're going to have a.
Yeah, but it's gonna be. Continue.
We're going to have more. We're gonna have some video games that we want to play. There's some old ones. We could use that on screen capture, and you're gonna see us play it. We're probably gonna need another camera for this, but I think we have what we need. So.
Well, for this isn't. My idea for it would be we capture footage to use in a video. It's not going to be us live streaming because I really don't see it. It's a review. The review has the point. Just watching us live. I guess this has no point, so it doesn't matter. But it was going to be edited into a video using the actual footage that we play.
We might do, instead of live streams like what we're doing right here, we might simply do some recordings and then perform those instead. That might be a wiser idea than.
Hey, there's too many things.
Well, I mean, because we really can't do anything live during soccer season at the moment. I mean, we're gonna still have our usual hate weeks, but I think we might utilize more recordings, and that would be a great way for us to kind of flex some graphic skills.
You look like a Crip.
Really? I thought I was robbing a bank. Well, I guess I'm glad that. Well, no, I'm not affiliated with any gangs or anything like that.
I'm a Patriot fan, so blue.
Yeah.
Damn face.
I hope nobody thinks that they just see this but they don't turn on the audio and they're like, goddamn gang members or something like that. No, we're not doing that. We don't claim any affiliation to any of that at all. We can't.
Yeah. No. Yeah, no.
Sorry.
I used to, when I was, I worked for a delivery company, and every time we pass another truck from our rival delivery company, I used to throw up made-up hand signs, and they would just stare at me like, "Huh?" It's like, "That's right, it's our turf. Get out of here."
They're not willing to try to buck up to UPS at all. So it's, anyways, yeah. This is a rival company. I always wondered what it would be like to have a war between two corporations, and I think we're about to find out.
They don't pay anyone enough, at least not the average person.
See, that's what I'm saying. They will pay enough to fight wars if they need be. Think about it. It's like Honda versus IBM. They have straight up logistics and tactical units, along with infantry and cavalry units and all sorts of artillery and mechanized artillery and light artillery, heavy artillery. I mean,
it'd be better if the corporations just had their security guards fight each other and they just run out there with flashlights and tasers.
That's not what's going to happen, though.
No, it's not at all.
No. Well, nevertheless, it is here right now, coronavirus. Help. God help us all. Gonga soy.
God save the president.
God, no.
No, I don't mean that.
No.
I hope pretty much everyone.
Dearest God, you can feel free to take him whenever you wish. We normally don't inject politics into this show, but alas, he's probably trying to kill us all. Now, where were we?
I don't know. I did.
What were we going to talk about again?
Tom Brady. We didn't have a plan. Oh, Tom Brady. Hold
Tom Brady, ladies and gentlemen. Help us, oh Saint Holy Tom Brady.
As everyone knows, Tom Brady has gone to the Bucks. And as to why, there's been a lot of speculation, rumor, disrespect with the new contract. It was another single-season contract for less money than he made the year before, so on and so forth. As a longtime, I'm wearing my Bledsoe jersey right now. As a longtime Patriots fan, it's hard, but at the same time, it's kind of one of those thank you for your service, good sir, kind of a deal. Because I think we got the best years.
At least he didn't go out like Brett Favre did with the Packers. Let's be honest here.
At the same time, I agree with Joe Montana, the whole, this must be a mistake. Clearly someone messed up. Why didn't they offer him a little bit more? I mean, you should have let him finish his career in New England. That's not going to happen. I'm not super mad about it. And I've noticed this fucking face mask, I swear. There. Now it'll take a while to fall down my face. But what I've noticed on a lot of the Patriot groups, you're starting to see the bandwagoners show their colors, talking about Tampa Bay and stuff. And then you have all the other Patriot fans going, this is a Patriots fan site, not a Tom Brady fan site. Fuck off. And
you're going to enjoy the Patriots and no one else on that team that ever played for them ever again.
Oh, yeah. I would still like to see guys like Ben Coates come out of retirement. Oh, no, that's not going to happen. I don't remember. I need to pour another beer. I'm very much thank you for your service. And who the hell let this happen? How and why did this happen? Why isn't he finishing out with the Patriots?
I hope Drew Brees does not do the same thing and he finishes out with the Saints. He doesn't have to go out winning another Super Bowl. It's just awesome that he won one for the Saints. Don't get me wrong.
Do we need to do basketball rules?
What?
Once you sign for a team, you're on that team? No.
There's no trading, no nothing like that.
Or make it harder somehow? I don't know.
Like you can't trade to another team. Like you can't go play for 50 fucking teams in one season.
I do feel like there should be all sorts of restrictions as far as profit chasing. If you're in a city that supports you and you're making money, you can't move just because you might make some more money in another city. If you're doing good, you're not allowed to move.
Like the Milwaukee Bears. What were some names of that? Like the Roswell UFOs or something?
Yeah, and there was actually some baseball teams that actually had that, like the Las Vegas Area 51s or the 51s, and they had like alien logos, and they changed it to the Las Vegas Aviators.
Oh, really?
And it was like the alien thing was cool. I guess there's still the Roswell Invasion, which use alien themes.
Yeah, okay.
That's like a low-level baseball team, like Single A, New Mexico. We need two of these mics. It looks like a snowball. We come from the land of the ice and snow, of the midnight sun and the hot springs blow. The hammer of the gods will drive our ships to new lands to fight the horde, singing and crying, fuck Tulsa. Yeah, that was. Yeah, I didn't know that for a while. It was very. I was.
It sounds like we're just reading some Tolkien to you.
Well, I was wondering why they used the song in Thor Ragnarok. Then I listened to the lyrics, and it was like, oh dear God, this song fits it perfectly. Yeah. It's just singing about Vikings.
Lands of the ice and snow.
Yeah. How
and it just talks about like some person that was 1,000 years ago. Their ancestors were Vikings, and they were plundering all of Europe and being the scourge of everywhere. And now they're headed over to Nebraska, and they're going to start a wheat field and
settle down.
And now they're going to enjoy. It's like, why did it go from Hagar?
Maybe we'll go start a Lutheran church over there.
Why did it go from Hagar the Horrible to Hagar the Minister of Hydroelectric Research? What happened? What happened to pacify Scandinavia? It's a great question. And I know exactly what it does. They finally had plenty of things again. There wasn't a whole bunch of rich people hoarding it all. That's the reason. You had Vikings running all over Europe. This is not a history channel. This is a sports channel.
And then they went to Russia and drank lots of vodka.
They sure as hell did. And that was how
how
the Mongols were not going to take any of your shit.
No.
So, all right, what else were you looking at?
I don't know. Right now,
Thrill Ho.
Thrill House.
Yeah, the only thing I did was add my name.
Oh, we could do a Hate Week preview. Hate Week is continuing, and of course, the next victim is our little bitch, FC Tulsa. Not only do we hit them every year, we hit them multiple times, as hard as we can, as feebly. Well, I guess we try, and it just comes off as... Anyways, but there is a part of the script...
the Oklahoma State of the USL Championship.
We're going to go ahead and take...
Although not any longer now that they've gone with that... What on earth are they... See, okay, what... I realize that, yes, every club needs a rebrand sometimes, okay? There's not a problem with maybe getting your club into the 21st century. I'm certainly not saying that. However, I have no idea what Tulsa has done there. I mean, keep with the original colors, for God's sakes. None of it... White and gold, I mean, come on, man. I mean, yeah.
Oh, no, there's a patina green that they completely fail to use over and over. See, I've written a script for this.
Okay, I've seen what you're talking about.
I've written a script about this, and there's one part where, you know how by changing the name, they lost the good pairing of Roustabout and Roughneck?
Yeah.
So we actually did write who had any nonsense.
The Honkies from Kentucky.
No. These are the ones we have. Dwindling Numbers United, the Sad Soccer Factory supporters, Wretched Maidens, we're down to 3 supporters, the Buttermilk Gang.
Hoisin Crispy Owls.
What?
Hoisin Crispy Owls.
You're going to have to spell that. I don't even know what you said. La Union. The Mullet Maidens. Roustabout.
Take out the Wretched Maidens.
Nah.
Take it out.
You gonna need like...
Take it out!
Oh, whatever. We'll go back to that. I don't like the Tub of Blue. Activity Club. Runs with Scissor Tails.
What about the man that thinks he's a knight and that lives in the park? With all of Tulsa's fans coming over here, and especially that one guy that thinks he's a knight that lives in the new park over by the Arkansas River. Discovery Park? Hang on. I'll find it. What's the name of that? Discover. No, hang on. That's not Tulsa.
The Joe Dirt Impersonator, Sausage Enthusiast, and FC Tulsa Supporter Association, because amateur beer drinkers, occasional soccer supporter hobbyist group of Tulsa, the Rough Tumblers, Waterboys Supporter Group, Players Mothers Boosters Club, the Depressed Tulsa Tow Truck Man, La Deprimido 918, I don't know if I'm saying that right, it means the depressed, the Diamond Disciples, because it's a baseball field, Scissor Tail Cage Cleaners, One Lonely Guy United with Himself.
Oh, The Gathering Place.
What is it called?
Let me get out of here. It's called The Gathering Place. It's this new fancy park they have. That's like it's like nationally rated. Like it's considered like one of the best parks in the country. And they just got it, and it's up and running now. And it's over here. It is. I think it's called The Gathering Place. Yeah, this is it.
Is that skate park and shit?
What?
Didn't they build a skate park recently?
I think so. I think this is a place where they have... But it's a place where, people can come down to the river and walk over to it, and they can walk on the little bridge over the river. It's really nice. But it's like a nationally recognized park. But there's a man that lives in this park that thinks he's a knight, and he has built a small castle out of mattresses and couch cushions that have been discarded into the Arkansas River. That man lives down there. He is a knight. We don't know who his lord and lady are, but he is a knight.
It was that mop he was carrying around.
I think that. Oh, you mean that hobby horse?
Maybe I'm thinking of Perry Saturn.
No.
Moppy!
Oh, yeah. That was Perry Saturn. He did that, but I don't think that I've ever seen that guy. I've seen that guy with a.
I look like a puppet now.
Anyways, yes. This is Tulsa is coming up next. It'll be May 12th. It'll be here in a month or so.
Maybe it'll stay like that.
You need to quit messing with it.
It just keeps sliding around. That's kind of better, actually.
Just adjust it as necessary. It's fine.
Every 5 seconds?
No, just try to put it on your face correctly. Anyways, yeah, there's the river parks, whatever. Okay, that's Tulsa. And that's where that knight lives. Okay, what was next?
Could you imagine if you were watching a major news network and then all of a sudden this cut over the feed?
Oh, yeah. I'm Grant Swafford, here to tell you about a supervolcano that erupted in Indonesia. Scientists predict at least 40 million dead within the next 2 weeks.
This just in. The president has been assassinated. But the president of what? Coming up at 10.
Yeah. Malta. The Gerald Ford, dead today at the age of 84, killed by a circus lion in a convenience store.
Tonight in local news, what a woman in Yukon saw a puppy do. Tonight in world news, what a woman in Hiroshima saw a puppy do.
They say that the forest has plenty of owls, but I go out there all of the time and I don't ever see enough. Therefore, the news is always not a liar, but there are times when it do.
And now, live erotica.
What erotica?
That was nice. I don't know. You have to pretend there's like video screens off screen.
I do?
I don't know. I need 5 more of these.
Well, in that case then, well, as I said, we're going to have
It's like Scorpion. It's like
Scorpion and Sub-Zero over here to give you all the lowdown on local sports, history, and, of course, nonsense. I freeze things, and he burns them alive. He's a skeleton. I don't know. I don't know if I necessarily am an immortal being or an immortal. That has just been imbued with immortal powers. Now, enough of this. What else we got?
we don't have shit. This is nonsense.
Oh, wait, hang on. How long have we been on?
For days.
Days, my ass. What?
30 minutes.
We've only been on for 30 minutes.
There's a lot more to pad out.
Hey, the cool thing is, I don't know if maybe we could put a link in there later, or we could share it on our social media. With we could have the Energy have been releasing some videos,
Yeah.
and they've been showing some of the, like, things you could do to practice at home, which is important, you know, especially if you've got kids. This is something that you could show them to do and train them to do while they're inside, and it's something fun that you can get involved with.
What are you talking about? The highlight videos?
No. They have, like, their goalkeeper coach and the head coach and some of the players are getting, you know, and they're showing some things that where you could train at home, like things that they do.
Yeah. Oh, that's a good idea. Freya's finally understanding goalkeeper.
Oh, here you go.
Really play in the backyard. She's finally getting it. Before she just watched it.
Wouldn't that be crazy if she was like, if she grew up and here in like 20 years, she's like on the U.S. women's national team, just tearing it up as a goalkeeper.
I would be a very proud papa.
Man, I'd be like, I remember when that person was an infant. Oh, man. You know something? There's... Here pretty soon, this will all be over with, and we'll be able to have the soccer season again with us. I still see hope with that. But
This year?
not this year.
No, not this
Perhaps next year. Perhaps.
I'm not even sure about an NFL season, which
yeah.
no Tom Brady in a Bucs uniform.
We'll see what happens. We're still gonna have to play this one by ear because remember, there's not too many people still alive from the last major pandemic that happened back in 1918. So here we are under another major pandemic. But our sports will one day return. But remember, you've got to be healthy to come out and cheer because you can't do it with scarred lungs. Anyways, does anybody else? We're going to be talking about how we hate Tulsa here soon.
Hate week, that's right.
I've already said that, though. Green light.
Oh, that just means the stream is good at the moment, but it will fluctuate.
No, I don't know. Maybe just keep your hands washed. Try to socially distance. Limit your interactions. As we'll probably do some more recordings rather than so much live streams together like this. But we just wanted to see how this worked. So.
Oh, and I'm still trying to figure out what's Hate Week after FC Tulsa. There was actually...
What's the schedule?
Well, that's the thing. There's kind of all kinds of stuff to pick. Now, originally, 1868 Weekly, another YouTube channel, I kind of chatted with them on their live stream a little bit, and they said, hey, come on back when it comes time to the Energy versus Reno. And, of course, that didn't happen. Everything got postponed. But I kept thinking Reno would be a good one because they've been a little bit of a pain in the ass. I've been to Reno many times when I was younger. Reno would be a decent one, the fucking bottle throwers.
Yeah, we got some history with
Reno, but at the same time, for the sake of views, maybe pick a popular club along the lines of maybe Phoenix. I don't... Phoenix annoys me just because they always seem to beat us. At best, we draw them, so I'm irritated with them regularly.
Who's after Tulsa? Let's see.
Why are you at that one? Go to the Energy site. It just lists them all in one.
Oh, yeah, Durham. Right.
Go to energyfc.com.
Energyfc.com, you guys.
Our birthdays are only several days apart. On my birthday, I kept listening to that Thor Ragnarok. It's my birthday! It's my birthday! It looked like a fire button. Okay, we've already done RGV. And then right there, that Tulsa on May 12th, that's the Hate Weeks.
Oh, wait a minute here. Right up here, that is San Antonio.
Yeah, it's only a few days later, though. It takes time to do
RGVs
stuff.
Again, then there's...
No.
Wait a minute here. Right there.
You know what? New Mexico.
Oh, wait, no. Better yet. And it's on a Saturday. Oh, you're going down. Welcome to the USL Championship.
Oh, that's a good one.
San Diego Dishwashing Soap SC.
That would be a good one.
Dishwashing Soap SC.
The ones I'm looking at, New Mexico would be a good one. The Dishwashing Soap and Reno.
Let's see. No, Vegas, because I want to make fun of Loyal and Vegas because that's God damn it. Landon Donovan and Eric Winalda, respectively. Who are you guys kidding? You're going to have like half a soccer nation just ragging on you for that, okay? Because you're now playing against their favorite teams. Dicks.
Who do you think would have gotten more attendance this year, the San Diego Loyal or that 1908 San Diego team in NISA? Oh, wait. NASL? What is this? NISA? NISA? National Independent Soccer Association? It would be NISA.
Probably.
So, no longer NASL, it's NISA.
What I would like to see in the near future is seeing a metropolitan area, like I was talking about last night, where they have 2 teams in the same league in the same city.
You're talking about Little Rock.
An experiment. No, in Little Rock, I wanted to have the Rangers to have War Memorial Stadium. That was it. But in Jackson, I was talking about more Jackson, Mississippi, where you had, Mississippi Berea and then the new Pearl.
Oh, that's what it was.
The Pearl FC. But you could do that, and I wanted to do that in a place like Jackson because it's a small bastion in the deep South where there's actually a soccer culture. Believe it or not, there's actually a burgeoning
soccer. Or the Brilla.
There was a lot of people that came from around the state to Jackson to watch the latest World Cup final. And there was a lot of fucking people that came in, So, and there's also like a lot of people that come in, and I think that if you were to have if you were to have 2 teams in that metropolitan area, you could show the rest of the country, hey, this works even in Mississippi. And so to have that would be, well, it's not like Mississippi has the best of reputation. It's like, that we always look at here in Oklahoma, there's a common saying. It's like, thank God for Mississippi. Otherwise, we'd be the bottom. That's what they say in Louisiana. And I figured out that Louisiana has this exact same thing. Yeah, but Alabama's got a little bit more of an economy to it, I mean, it's still got a lot of real pockets where there's just this absurd amounts of poverty. But Mississippi doesn't have the small pockets of economic revenue, or they don't have a whole lot of large metropolitan areas. Mississippi is a very rural state, very rural. There's not a whole lot. I mean, Jackson, Hattiesburg, these would be good-sized cities in Oklahoma, but they would only be in the top. They wouldn't even be in the top 10, like just barely. So that's telling you something about Mississippi and how that is. There's not a lot of people. There never really has been. It's always been a very agricultural state. But if something works there, it can work just about anywhere. Okay? So that's what I'm saying, that would be a good experiment to have, just to see how that would work. And that way you have like one side, on one side of Jackson, Mississippi, one side is on the other side of Jackson, Mississippi. And, they play each other occasionally. And it would be a big derby day there, the Mississippi Derby. It's like, here it is, the River Derby, or the Jackson,
my cousin Derby.
The Jackson Derby, because it would be, I would want to name it like Pearl FC versus Mississippi Berea.
Why is Pearl again?
Because it's a city right there, just on the other side of the county line.
Oh, okay. The city's called Pearl. All right.
Yeah, the town's called Pearl. I mean, and there's a lot of soccer clubs do that, so it's, I see no difference why we can't do that here. And besides, it sounds a little bit different than a lot of other teams around the country, like Louisville City. I mean, come on. Who are you kidding? Just say Louisville, for crying out loud. Oh no, we're DC United. Yeah, so are 2 other fucking teams. They're also united. Jesus Christ. And you were never 3 or more clubs that united into one. That's why they're called United. But no. It's arbitrary, and I kind of don't like that, but then again, it's like, all right, sure. Whatever. If it gets things going and it makes people understand the game here in the United States, yeah, I'm all for it. Great. I just personally, I wish they would be a little more inventive. Anyways, my own cynicism aside, I hope everybody stays. We should probably go ahead and end this. I hope everybody stays safe and tries to stay indoors. Limit how much you're going outside. Keep your hands washed. More importantly, socially distanced. Try to stay away from big crowds. Having one fucking person here to show you around. This guy tells everybody that I floated to this country in a basket, and then I steal things.
You did.
You did. Like through the air.
I can hear the accent.
Not through the. Not in the water. I like floated. I showed up here in a giant picnic basket.
No, it was a bundle of sticks.
What?
Like those, like when a rat gets stuck on like a bundle of sticks.
Oh, like a floating, like yeah, okay. A bundle of sticks. I thought it was like, what are you insinuating, sir? I don't know. Anyways, friends, please be careful out there. Socially distance. Be cool. Mask up. And
no more goddamn protests in front of.
Stop doing that. God, stop doing that, please. You know, I mean, I know I've had my differences with those people over the years, but for God's sakes, don't stop. You're getting other people infected besides yourselves. It's not helping anything. You're not doing anything right. You're not Rosa Parks. You're not Martin Luther King. You're not.
You're not.
You're not. So, anyways, I think it would be a good time to go ahead and get the hell out of here. I'm Grant.
I hear sirens. Shit!
You okay?
Yeah.
This is...
I am me, and you are you, and he is he.
Yeah. And we are all together.
And all the leaves are brown, and the sky is gray. California dream, California dream. Damn you, Chuck. This is... Alright.
Alright, there you go.
Everybody.
We'll see you 3 more hate weeks and in the future.
Indeed.
Goodbye, y'all.
Hold on, where's the stop button? There it is.
Stop it.